So as you saw in meal one, guys, we got in grits, and that was 5 packets total of grits. So that's 110 carbs from just the grits, and then we added egg whites. I just used the rest of the carton, and that came out to about 25 to 27 protein from the egg whites. And I just put some low sugar ketchup on the egg whites, and it was actually pretty solid. That actually adds like really solid flavor. But just threw the stringer on because I got out of the shower. So I'll probably wear this for delts and arms today. Oh wait, no, not delts and arms, just delts. I just want to smash delts and traps. Traps are like my weakest point at my contest, and a lot of people told me, if you want to build one thing, build your trap. So hopefully I'm doing decently at that. But I've only had one meal yet so far, so I mean, I want to digest a little bit, and I feel pretty digested already because the fats are low so far. So we'll have to see what that next meal is. I got it planned out, but I don't want to be a spoiler, so I'm not going to spoil it yet. So probably see you at that next meal. Got hungry. Actually digested that meal pretty quickly, so we're going to have a little snack before our next meal. It's one of these Nature Valley bars. Doesn't count, bros. Doesn't count. So long story short, or I'd say short story short, the muffins in the dining hall, they're questionable, to say the least. Not sure if I want them. So I'm gonna go to the cabaret, the little area you just saw that's currently locked, and I'm gonna buy muffins there. It doesn't open for 10 minutes. I guess they have to wait till 10 minutes on the dot for 1:30 p.m., but I'm gonna wait because I'd rather pay for something that's good than just take the dining hall stuff that's not that good. So let's hit that. So yeah, the cab didn't have chocolate chip or blueberry. They just had corn muffin and like a walnut banana type of deal. So I ended up getting the walnut one, and then I went to the dining hall and got 2 mini muffins. So I'll show you what that looks like when I get back to my room. Forgot my sunglasses, as you can tell. Lemon poppy, banana walnut, double chocolate, because that's all they had. Eggs. Probably the pre-workout meal, not sure yet. What do you mean, why?
Why aren't you in the Madison?
Because I don't want to lift there. I lifted there yesterday.
Yeah. The homework is like a page long. The homework output the homework
Checking in with you guys for this Delt and Traps workout on today's refeed day. This turned out to be an amazing workout. Now, I kind of planned it before I went in, whereas lately I've just been sort of doing my workouts according to my split, but based off how I felt. But today I decided to give myself like a rough plan of how I wanted to go about it. So I chose to start off my workout with a lot of rear delt work. I think my delts are a strong point, but I don't really think you can ever have enough rear delt. It's not really going to happen. So I wanted to do 4 sets of rear delts on the pec deck and then 4 sets here. And I was keeping the reps very high. I was starting off with 2 warm-up sets of like 30, and then my working sets were like 20 to 25 for the actual working part of these 2 exercises. So the volume right off the bat, it was light, yeah, but it was getting a lot of blood to the muscle and just really got my shoulders nice and lubricated, got the joints, moving nicely, got the rotator cuffs really warmed up. And even though I was hitting kind of close to failure, and even though I was able to do some heavy weights, I went up to like 45s on these rear delt flies. Keep in mind, guys, like that type of work, like it's going to take a little bit off of like your main pressing strength, but it doesn't necessarily kill you as much as you think. Everybody's really afraid to do anything before their main compound. Honestly, I recently, I used to have that mindset, oh no, I can't get too tired for my compound. You're not really going to be smoked unless you do your entire workout and then hit your compound. So maybe try warming up a little bit or maybe even pre-exhausting. It's a good way to mix it up. But I hit 5 sets of lateral raises just because this was the only lateral raise I was doing for this day. So instead of 4 sets, I decided to do 5 total. And like always, these felt great. It's just something that I feel like honestly everybody has in their shoulder routine. What's a shoulder workout without laterals? But more interestingly here, getting into the standing OHP. Remember how I just mentioned the warm-ups actually did me more good than harm? Well, I was able to stand OHP 135 for a set of 10. Now, originally, I wasn't even planning on doing standing pressing. I was planning on doing this seated, because when I'm seated, I can get this for like 15 plus. But I was able to do this standing up. I threw the belt on because when I stand, I do like to have a belt for shoulder presses. And I was able to get 10, and it was a little grindy, but it felt amazing because, like I said, those types of warm-ups really lubricated my joints and just got my rotator cuffs nice and warm, and the muscles just felt great. But I was still able to hit 10, and then on the second set, I was able to hit 8 with the same weight. And then after that, I was like, yeah, I could take like a super long or medium rest break and go for like the same weight. But that wasn't really my goal in this workout. My goal in this workout was more so volume and pump. I really wanted to get a solid pump. I was just craving the pump. So I dropped the weight to 95 pounds. And then I was going to do another set at 95, but I decided to go from 95 to the bar and just burn out. And that might look kind of weird to you guys, but honestly, it felt great. When you do that much workload prior, the bar can actually be somewhat challenging, believe it or not. So I knew I was going to do 2 pressing movements on this day, and my next one ended up being the dumbbell shoulder press. It's a movement that I think I've gotten pretty decent at. When I throw it in the beginning of my workouts, I'm able to get the 80s for a good amount of reps, like 10. But right here, I'm going very light, obviously, because the work before this was, well, it was pretty much one of my last movements, and it was pressing. So I was really just going for a pump, like I said before. And that was 4 sets also. Keep in mind, everything here is 4 sets except for the laterals, which were 5 sets. And these front raises aren't something I do too often, but when I have a day dedicated to shoulders, I feel like I can get a lot of work into each head of the shoulder. So the anterior, the posterior, and the medial head. Just in case you guys don't know, the anterior head is going to be the front of your delt, posterior is the rear, and the medial is the middle head. There's 3 main heads to the delt. And this is going to target, really this is going to hit your whole delt, maybe with the exception of most of the posterior, but it's going to target your anterior deltoids. And a lot of people say lay off the anteriors because they get enough work. But like I said, if I have one day dedicated to pretty much one muscle group, I'm fine with hitting everything and doing a good amount of volume. Because, to be honest, sometimes if you want to just get in there and get a pump, it's good to do. You shouldn't train extremely, extremely high volume on one muscle group, the same way. Your training's going to change up from week to week as long as you're progressing, but not to ramble too much about that. The last movement here is shrugs, 225, doing everything strapless as you see, and my grip held strong with chalk, so happy about that. Hit 315 for a little bit, got a lesser range of motion, but still felt the contraction, and it was good. And I did hit cardio after this. I decided to do 30 minutes. I had tons of energy for that cardio. So I like cardio even on a refeed day, guys. I suggest you do it because it helps digestion, even nutrient partitioning. So enjoy the rest of the video. What? Doesn't fucking count. It's not a meal. It's a snack. You busted me, but doesn't count. Alright, so you busted me with that cookie, but like I said, doesn't count. So that's gonna make it meal 1. Then we had meal 2, which was the muffin meal. Alright, so we had meal 1, grits and the egg whites. Meal 2, the muffin meal and the egg beaters. Ketchup. We also had a snack in there. We had like a bar in between those meals. So there's like 3 feedings. Then we had Gatorade pre-workout. We had whey and dextrose post-workout. We did cardio, or I guess I did cardio. You guys didn't do shit, or maybe you did. But after that, I had that cookie. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 feedings, 2 solid meals. So I'm gonna go to the dining hall, get a solid meal in, try to keep it high carb, as low fat as possible in this dining hall. not too much protein because I don't really need that much protein today with all this goddamn food, like carbs I'm getting in. And I say 2 more meals after this, so 3 more meals on the day, maybe 2 or 3. We'll have to see. Let's go hit it. Thank you. Shake.
Yeah.
I really like the front lap spread lately. I've really been doing that. Been happy with how that's going.
Dude.
But no, I'm just saying in general.
Yeah, in general. I mean, you don't need like a shitload of ab volume. If you're doing like...
I want to build up my ab. Like,
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying like to build your abs, dude, you just need to make sure that you, over time you're doing more and more.
do any of those hit?
You know what I mean?
Do any of those hit lower abs?
What?
All those 4 exercises.
I mean, doing a cable crunch, you're gonna hit every part of your ab. All right, guys, headed out to the cabaret. Gonna see if they have anything worth consuming for this last meal of mine. If not, then I just won't get anything. If they don't have anything I like, I'll just make my last meal like a bunch of sweet potatoes with maybe peanut butter. But hopefully they have something like kind of good in there, high carb, that I can get. We'll have to see. We'll have to find out. So let's get in there.
Oh, my God. Oh, you. Oh, my God. I'll see you back, man. You got.
All y'all clean meals, like
Yeah, like I switched my diet. It's like pretty much 6 clean meals a day.
like still trying to eat like high amount of meals a day.
Yeah.
I'm more of it like they don't have too much fat in it,
Yeah.
and like I'm
All right, bros. Last meal of the night right here. We got the donuts, cinnamon chocolate glazed. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Catch you on the next one. Refeed of peace has come to a conclusion. Whoa.